Okay, today is Labor Day, so that means it's time to start brewing pumpkin beers. Going to do several pumpkin beers on our half barrel system. Probably do a few different variations of it. It's a fun beer to tinker around with. Sometimes I do the same recipe that I call the Great Pumpkin Ale, but I like to tinker around with it. Today I'm going to do something different. So I'm going to show you, actually I'm going to do something way different today, because what I'm doing today is a pumpkin hibiscus beer. But I'm going to show you the ingredients that we're going to start with here. First, we have some pale ale malt. That's going to be the majority of our malt. Then we have some Caramunic malt. It's a very rich, caramely, almost a raisiny flavor. Then one of my favorite specialty malts, this is honey malt. Tastes and smells like honey. Can you smell that? It smells really, really good. And then most pumpkin beers, believe it or not, aren't actually made with pumpkin. They're just using pumpkin pie spices, and that makes you think it's a pumpkin beer. But I think it makes a big difference using pumpkin. I am going to cheat a little bit. I am going to be using canned pumpkin. This is 100% real pumpkin, nothing added to it, just pumpkin, pureed pumpkin. It's a little easier than cutting up the pumpkins and baking them, but you can see it has the consistency basically of refried beans or baby food. So it can be a little tough adding that to the mash because it is so liquidy. So I'm going to be using a whole lot of this right here. Those are rice hulls. That'll act as a filter to help out with the pumpkin egg. So I'm going to mash in, and you'll get to see what's going on a little bit later. Okay, here's what it looks like all mashed in. I don't know if you can see that or not. And we're looking at about 152 for our mash temperature. 154 for our mash temperature, good temperature. Oops, steaming up the camera here. So that's the first step, all mashed in with the pumpkin and all the grains that you saw. And we'll come back for the next step. Okay, so now we're transferring the beer over to the kettle, running from the lauter tun. And another thing that I got to add to this beer is some fresh picked hops. One of our fan club members gave them to me. I'm not even sure what they are. They smell citrusy. Could be Cascade. But he gave them to me a couple days ago, and being fresh picked and wet, they're not going to last very long. So I thought, why not use them in this beer here? So just going to add all of those to the works here. Kind of goes with the whole fall theme. Pumpkin, fresh picked hops, hibiscus, why not? So that's where we're at so far in the brew. Okay, fast forward now to almost the end of the boil, and we're going to add some fun stuff here to the brew. We have, first of all, we have hibiscus flowers, about a ½ pound. And then in here we have some cracked nutmeg, some ginger, or cracked allspice, some ginger, and some cinnamon. Just going to boil these for just a couple of minutes. The hibiscus smells really good. It's got kind of a cranberry. It reminds me of cranberries. Kind of tart, fruity. Adds a real nice color to the beer as well. So that's what we have. I know it's kind of steamy there. And then all we have to do is just finish this boil up a couple minutes and chill it down and add our yeast. Okay, so we're filling up the fermenters now, as you can see here, and getting ready to add the yeast. I've selected this Bedford British Ale yeast. Pretty neutral, so it won't cover up the pumpkin or spice flavors or anything like that. And it picked up a lot of color from the hibiscus. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty red. Very red, actually. So that is the process. That is our hibiscus pumpkin beer. Look for that for Harvest Fest, which is October 16th through the 18th.